शाश्वत कॉल को सोचा और एक शाश्वत कॉल जब कुछ बोला नहीं मुझे नहीं लड़ाई करने फालतू में मैं आज शुभम के साथ नहीं क्या करना बस इसको दे दियो कुछ करने दे सकते हैं वो बड़ा शुभम में भी बोल ये तो करता ही है तुम्हारे अरे नहीं ये तो थोड़ी मालूम है नहीं मानने का नहीं इसको मैंने तो मैं वैसे भी तुम लोग के मतलब में ट्राई किया मैं तो किसको जानता हूं को शाश्वत आता नहीं कर यार देखो मरने में बोला मैंने दक्ष प्रशासन मैंने ये बोला कि दक्ष मैटर हो गया इसको ऐसे से कॉल से बता मैं थोड़ी देर को बोलूंगा दक्ष को मारने चले ऐसा बोला कि अबे वो किसी पे बोला नहीं किसी चाहिए मैंने ये बोला कि विधान सभा देश को कॉल किया था उसने तो बोला ऐसा वही बोला बट भी एक परिन जुटेगा कुछ भी बोल रहा है क्या बोला तू तो बोला इसने करा बोला सब कुछ तूने बोला इसको क्या बोला मेरे को शाश्वत इसका नाम दिया और तेरा नाम दिया मैंने तो शाश्वत को ये बोला कि दक्ष को कॉल आया था परिन को पर देखो उसकी कॉल नहीं आया मेरे को शाश्वत ने इसका भी आया था मैंने तो वही स्विच ऑफ मेरे को ये बोला कि शाश्वत दक्ष को सदेश को दीपेश वो हार्दिक जो भी नाम था उसका कॉल आया था ऐसा और कुछ मैं तो फटी अरे वो मैं से क्या चल रही है शो कर रहा है नहीं डालना जिस पे डाल बट वो बोला क्या मेरे को शाश्वत तेरा और परिस का नाम दिया ये दोनों बड़ा बड़ा है शाश्वत में क्या बोलता है ये तेरा और इसका जो है मेन चीज नहीं ऐसा वो शाश्वत तेरे को कुछ नहीं बोला जो कैमरा क्या है नहीं कैमरा नहीं पड़ रहा अरे देखो थोड़ा सा एक काम कर शाश्वत को सामने वाला फेस टू फेस नहीं फेस टू फेस नहीं क्यों फेस टू फेस नहीं उसका बोल शाश्वत क्या बोला क्या बोला नहीं बोल रहा इधर रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है मैं देखो अगर तेरे कुछ बोलेगा तो बना कोई स्टैंड दे मतलब बोल क्या बोला शाश्वत बाबा शाश्वत क्या बोला इसकी मैं ही नहीं हूं पूरा सही से बोला अरे यही बोला बीच में देख थोड़ी बोले अरे फेस टू फेस क्या ले रहे अरे फेस टू फेस रिकॉर्ड ऑन है वीडियो पे क्या ग्रुप रिकॉर्डिंग मत करना बहुत लोग की रिकॉर्डिंग नहीं करते इसमें दो मेरे इसमें अच्छे से रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है आफ्टर क्लास करते पर नहीं है अभी बोल क्या बोलना चाहिए पहली बात तो मैंने क्या कुछ लगाया ठीक है मैं माना कि मैं शाश्वत के पास अकेला ऐसा दक्ष कुछ हुआ क्या कॉल वॉल आया था और फिर उसके बाद ये वेदांत ने देखो कॉल पूरे इंस्टा पे कॉल नहीं किया था तो शाश्वत का बता शाश्वत मेरे को मैं बोला कि तू भी मान रहा है वो इधर मैं नहीं ऐसा बस उसी ने आग लगाया आग नहीं था वो मेन है कि मेरी वजह से हो रहा है ऐसा बस इतना ही बोला फिर मैं चला गया वो ये दीपेश को नहीं हां ये दीपेश को इसने मेरा से मैं माना कि मैं उसको लगे बोला देख मैं ऑनेस्ट इस पे बोल मैं मेरा सीधे वाला भी है देख मैं देखो मैं बोलता हूं मैंने भी पे शाश्वत को नो बोले कि दक्ष को इसको एक का कॉल आया और मेरे को शाश्वत नहीं बोल रहे कि तू मेरे को मार लेगा हां देखिए ये जैसे कोई होगा और फटती मां को गाड़ी अरे नहीं बोला तूने मार लिया इंस्टा पे सेंड नहीं होगा और ये रीजन बोला है तब व्हाट्सएप पे कहा है व्हाट्सएप पे सेंड होता है रिकॉर्डिंग सेम हाय इसको दे इसको होता है अबे जाता है मेरे को मालूम है जब तू कोई गाना एडिट करता है तू करके दिखाना इसको भेजो अभी ये मेरे को भी भेजिए बाद में तुम लोग एडिटिंग वापस आ रही है ज्यादा समझ से आया क्या You इतना हिंदी क्या है? देखो मैं और पर अभी बोला राष्ट्र के को करके बोला अरे नहीं बोलता हमको मालूम है बदली मैं इससे चार सुविधा विश्वास है क्लास में मैं तो कोई नया अभी एक मेरे पास मेरे बारे में इसके बारे में तेरे बारे में ये कुछ उनको लेकर आता हूँ This Saturday also you have a lecture. This Saturday also you have a lecture. Tomorrow also. Continue. Sorry.
This chapter plus how many chapters are there? History, that big chapter is left out, and that is also compulsory chapter. Print nothing brought up. You came with that mobile and watching, then lift only you entered. I was sleeping, I was calling you. You stopped there. I am also coming. So much involved in that mobile. Yes. Not this. How much we have? We have started challenges, I think. No? Lack of internal democracy over dynasty succession. That only I was thinking. Today, 24. No idea about it. 23.
Anyone left for sign?
Okay, listen. Can you tell me what are the
Oh shit.
What
You take over.
are the challenges faced by political parties? Two challenges we have studied. All of you have. Not a completed. No, I just said I told you it's a completed. Yes, you tell me what are the challenges?
Dynastic succession.
Dynastic succession, that is one of the challenges.
Ma'am.
Lack of internet.
So,
Yes.
meaningful ideas.
That I did not
It's
teach.
all the people in the party don't get the information.
Yes, we get lack of internal democracy. Okay. Now, so many more things we have studied about the lack of internal
Power is there is only some people.
Okay. No elections, internal elections. The registers are not maintained.
I said meaningful. No meaning.
Meaningful idea, no. It is not that no meaningful choice. That one is coming. Okay. So these 2 points, dynastic succession. What do you understand by dynastic succession? Mixed.
Dynastic succession basically means that the power or authority is accumulated only within a family that runs the party.
Yes. That is, all the members of the party are not having any chance to come up to the higher positions. The powers are rotate around the family. So that is why an ordinary member is not getting a chance to come up to that top position.
Thank you permission. I was like asking you any problem. It's okay.
But normally that the no. Only thing is that no disturbance. So 2 points we have studied. See, one thing you have to keep in mind. The question when it is coming, challenges faced by political party. Challenges of democracy is also there. But here we are learning about challenges faced by political parties. When you are getting the question, you have to read it carefully. And one more thing I want to tell you, say you are having 50% competency based questions. Competency based, it is not about that paragraph based question. The questions will be asked in such a way you have to find out or draw answer from it. It can be multiple choice, it can be 2-mark question, but a statement will be given and you have to draw out of it. So don't expect that way a direct question. So we are still waiting because CBSE has already mentioned last year it's a competency based is given 50% mark. Understood? So you are thinking that only that 3 paragraph based questions are coming. That is what? No. Generally, it is asked even in the MCQs also. So that way you have to attend very carefully and read carefully the question. So don't think that directly, who is the author of so and so. No. So the statement will be given and you have to draw out of it what is asked, what is mentioned about. You have already learned it, but your reading is very important. While reading, you have to understand what is exactly asked. Clear? So you will get that is model papers and all. When you will get the questions in that format only. Don't worry about that. But still, that you have to keep in mind. Now, this one, challenges faced by the political parties also can be asked. That is the step that indirectly the points can be given and you have to identify which challenge is mentioned over. That way. Yeah. One way it is easy.
Easy.
One way it is easy. That only I told us. CC no. Okay. But at the same time, careful reading is essential. You are knowing the themes. You are knowing that concern. But the only thing is that you are reading. You are impatient. Immediately you try to answer something. If you spend some time in reading, you will understand. Okay. Now let us see the third challenge. What is the third challenge? Money and muscle power.
Muscle power.
दादागिरी दिखाते हैं ना
और
political leaders. Okay. Huh? Ready करने का afterwards.
मतलब लक्ष्य मानता है तो
हाँ. So what is the challenge? Money and muscle power. What is the meaning? You right? Don't waste your time. Okay.
दूसरे बुक में लिखा
I did not tell you about a history book. This is political science.
no political science.
Money and muscle power. What is money and muscle power? The political parties and the leaders use lot of money for the election purpose and other activities. Yes, you want to write, no? Political parties
money
compete in the elections. Political parties compete in the elections to win. You write, you showed me you have a book. I don't have a book.
I don't know that there was a history.
See, this is not an excuse. You write in any of the books. You came for maths class, means that book backside you write. Otherwise, no, that I will definitely inform. Wherever it is. I want all the things to be written. Will support
election to win
support of the public. Public. There is also
Next point.
second point you write. There is also a competition among the political parties to win the election and form the government. A lot of money. Lots of the third point you write, because money and muscle power, both the points have to come. A lot of money is required during the time of elections to organize demonstrations, public meetings, and speeches to tell about their policies. Okay, next point. Parties always choose candidates who can raise money for the party. Parties choose such candidates. No. You are not writing. Why you are telling that is you have to start from where? Part is choose such candidates who are either rich or who can raise money from rich people or big companies. See, during the election time, every party allocates a certain amount to the candidates for all these expenses because they don't have that much huge fund for that. Some amount will be given by the party. But the rest of the amount, that is as much they canvass, that way they will get vote. Because nowadays it is a process that if they are spending 1 lakh is not at all an amount. Minimum amount which is allowed by the election commission is 25 lakhs. So most of the candidates are spending more than 1 crore also. If they are spending that much amount for winning the election, within a short time they have to raise that much money. Or for the party fund purpose, if that candidate can raise money, that kind of candidates are chosen. So for the whole activities, money is required. And many cases you might not have heard about. Some of the candidates are giving or gifting the people to persuade them to vote. Gifting, sometimes that is ladies means sarees or other things. Some men, they used to give that cash also. Some free electricity is an offer only. Offer if they get elected, they will offer.
That too only up till a few units. Electricity is not.
But that is not in their hand. But with the money, they can gift certain things, thinking that these people will vote to them.
In rural regions, it's usually alcohol that they will.
That men always after this one. That is one of the way to attract that men. So this type of things, they need a lot of money. So who can raise that money and who can get the support? These two criteria are taken. We know that muscle power is a kind of dadagiri these candidates are doing. Most often this happens in Bihar, UP and all. By threatening the people, they wanted to get the vote.
This is very common.
It is very common in that North Indian states. This muscle power.
Yes.
Okay. Next point. This money and muscle power is clear to you. Now next point. No meaningful choice. No meaningful choice to the voters.
No meaningful choice.
Heading was not meaningful choice. You're right. No meaningful choice to the voters.
Vote.
Mark is writing water.
Water. Okay. No meaningful choice to the voters. Write first. Political parties often discuss the problems facing the country and facing the country. Country's problem only we are discussing now.
Problem is not facing the country. Country is facing the problem.
Problems facing the or faced by the country.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Facing the
Problems
Yeah,
faced by the country and the policies to be taken to solve these problems. That is what solve them. Next point, they try to convince the public that their policies are the best. That their policies are the best. But at present, most of the parties are having similar policies and ideologies.
Similar.
Policies and ideologies. Third point.
Policies and
Ideologies. Third point. They differ only on the preferences and priorities. Preferences and priorities. Fourth point. There is no clear difference between the different parties in the elections. Different parties in the election, and the voters do not have a meaningful choice among the parties. Okay. See, earlier the parties were ideologically different. So people used to have some choices. Nowadays, after getting elected, they change the party. What we call it? When the elected members are changing the party, there is a term. Defection. They defect the party and join. So, when they are changing to the other party, What is the meaning? This party and that party have no difference.
But wouldn't someone be elected on what they are representing? So they're changing the entire representation.
See, for example, last few years, what we are seeing, they got elected through a party. That is, they contested from one party and got elected. People voted to that party only. But after getting elected, that whole members, that means a few, those who are interested to get more power, they join the other party. So people are now confused. They voted for this party and then got elected members, they changed the party. So this is happening. So people are now confused. Which party is having a better policy? Theoretically, they are writing our policy is so and so. But after getting elected, they are changing. So meaningful choice is not given to the public. Recent election, that way some choices were given and people gave vote to that choices. So earlier the people were not at all interested to vote because they are totally confused if we are giving vote to this party, that members may join the other party. So what's the difference between this party and that party? So political party members are not giving any kind of good choice to the voters. That is a challenge faced by the political parties. If they are having a choice, they have to stick to that, or their policies, they have to stick to that. Nowadays, all the policies are in the background and they are doing something else. So people are confused. That is the meaning of lack of meaningful choice. Is this point clear? So if you are giving that a meaningful choice, the heading in your textbook is given meaningful choice only. But the actual meaning is that no meaningful choice to the voters. Finally, majority of the people are nowadays voting to Nota. None of the above. Because they don't want A, B, C, D, whatever parties are there. They want to vote because that is a right ensured by the citizen of the country. Nowadays, almost 60% of the people are not going to vote. Earlier, it was not like that. 90% of the people use the right. The condition have changed. That is why we are discussing all this and we want to make a change. So if changes are there, then only political parties can be reformed. So our next topic is about how can we reform the political parties. Okay. This can be divided into two parts. First part is that the steps taken already to reform, and the second part is that the suggestions. Okay, clear? Some steps are being taken. That is, anti-defection bill has been passed. Supreme Court had taken some decisions. So all these things have been done. Still, it is going on. So that is why there are some suggestions also. So first part. There is a need to reform the political parties There is a need to reform the political party so that a better democracy can be produced in the country. In order to, that points are given. In order to remove the lack of internal democracy, in order to remove the lack of internal democracy, candidates to be chosen on the basis of quality, candidates are to be chosen on the basis of quality rather than power and ability to raise money. Rather than power and ability to raise the money. Some of the reforms already taken are, you just write this thing and points I will tell you. Some of the reforms already taken are as follows. One, the constitution of the country was amended to prevent the elected MPs and MLAs to prevent elected MPs and MLAs from changing their parties. Changing their parties. So in bracket you can write anti-defection law.
Anti-defection
law. So the person, the MPs or MLAs, when they are changing the party after getting elected, it is called a defection. Understood? So if a statement you are getting, Mr. M, who was elected for the parliament, and after some time he changed that party. What he had done. So there you have to write this word deflection. This is the way the question is coming. Clear? So don't expect that define deflection. No. Are you getting? Yes, ma'am. Next point. According to this anti-defection law, according to the anti-defection law, if an MP or MLA, If
Sorry.
MP or MLA defected the party, would lose his seat in the legislature, would lose his seat in the legislature. Okay, as per anti-defection law, if one MP defected the party means he would lose the seat. Once elected, that seat will be closed and re-election will be conducted by election we are telling. So then there is no chance, that is for 6 years he cannot contest from the party. So that is why there is a fear in the minds of the MLAs or MPs to change. I think last year, Himachal Pradesh, 6 Congress MLAs defected the party. So afterwards, they joined that BJP. Then next election time, they have contested, none of them won. That is BJP, the candidate they become, and none of them won the election. So the people are also now alert.
But wouldn't the people vote for them because they are the faces they wanted?
That is why that another candidates only from that Congress party they have.
They were existingly popular right before they defected. That's why they.
They were popular. That is why they have voted earlier, and then they realized that this persons defected the party. So public thought that this defecting type of people should not be voted again. So that is what anti-defection law. 6 years they will be banned from contesting the election. Now, next point. The contesting candidates have to file an affidavit. Affidavit stating their personal property and the property and the criminal cases pending against them. It is pending against them. It is compulsory for them according to Supreme Court orders. Next point. This help in giving information to the public about the monetary and criminal information to the public. It helps in giving information.
It hasn't given information to the public
About monitoring and
Information to the public about the monetary and criminal activities of the candidates.
criminal activities.
activities of the candidates. Okay, this would help the voters.
Next point of confusion.
Next point you write. This would help the voters in make voter to make a better decision. So the first thing was passed by the parliament, anti-defection law. Second is made by Supreme Court. Supreme Court told every candidate must submit an affidavit. Affidavit include their qualification, their property details, their relatives and all the property details and the criminal background. If they are having any pending case against them, any charges against them, all these things have to be given in the affidavit. And this can be made published so that the people can come to know about it. If that person given any wrong details, so about that also will be questioned. So persons are compelled or the candidates are compelled to give the right details, and that would help the public to vote to the right candidate. If the people are facing that criminal charges, people should not vote to such person. So affidavit include all the details. That is as per the guidelines of the Supreme Court. Second method you understood? Now the third point. The Election Commission has made it mandatory for the political parties to hold internal elections within the party. This will ensure internal democracy in the party in the party or within the party. We have seen lack of internal democracy, that is why. Within the party. Next, they are also required to file the income tax returns. So we have seen three major policy decisions are taken. One was taken by the parliament itself by passing the anti-defection law. Second, Supreme Court ordered to file the affidavit regarding, that is in order to avoid that money and muscle power. Then lack of internal democracy. What you are asking?
Yes. Also, which point?
See, we were discussing what are the steps taken to reform. So that here Supreme Court told every candidate should file their affidavit. So that when it is verifying, the details are very clear, no? So money and muscle power can be that stopped. That with the help of money power or muscle power, they used to win the election in the earlier times. Now, if they win also, there is a method to remove them. That is, wrong details if they have fired, the candidature can be removed because within a short time when the elections are declared, it is not possible to verify all the things. But definitely it will be verified. So it may take some time, but when it is correct, then it is easy to remove such a person. That is why these steps are to a certain extent very useful in getting over the challenges faced by the political parties.